Hi, this is take two. I actually did one before and realized the microphone wasn't on. So you could imagine how not too pleased I was. So I am doing this personal video. Already did a thank you video to my voters and to my team. Those are going to be on my homepage, on my thank you page on my website, along with this video. And this is for the general public. Wanting you to stay connected with me. This is a long game. Don't give up. Don't throw in the towel. That is what these energies are wanting you to go through, this voter fatigue or this belief system that, oh, see, it doesn't matter what you do. It does matter what you do. Actually, it's imperative that you don't think that way, because that is what these energies, fear, selfishness, anger, revenge, they want you just to throw in the towel and not be in the game anymore so they have free reign. They could only win when you're not there, or they could only win when you beat up on yourself. So you might be there, but you're just a shell. You're not really 110% pushing back. So it's a win-win for them if you're there, but you're not passionate about being there. You're just there for the image of being there. Or you're not even in the game. So they win by default, but you're not even being there. And we are seeing the harms of us not showing up or believing that our vote doesn't count, our involvement doesn't count. Trust me, if our involvement doesn't count, they would not be going out of their way. They would not be going out of their way to make you be disenfranchised from the voting process and making you feel like it doesn't matter. They wouldn't be going out their way to wanting to reinforce in your psyche, in your mindset, just to not bother, right? And you can't run from this. You can't relocate. You can't move. We're all interconnected. Listen, we are all in this. And we've seen how interconnected we are. And it only takes a corrupt leader for wherever nation you want to run to, whatever state you want to go to, whatever province you want to go to. It only takes one corrupt leader to make all of that move as if you're right back to where you all started. Why? Because we keep running away and having this me, myself, and I mindset, and not see that what life wants to teach us is that we are in this together. And the quicker, faster, sooner we truly wrap our heads around this, we stop running from one pole to the next pole, from one region to the next region, and all you're doing is just swapping countries and leaders of integrity, and eventually your open enemy gets it. They have you cornered. When they've positioned all the leaders to be compromisable and to be of no integrity, they have you cornered. Now what? Now it's going to be the race to Mars? Like, as long as human beings are anywhere, corruption is definitely possible, because it's the heart. It's not the system that's the issue. It's the people in the system. So when I'm going around and I'm hearing Canadians agree with the narrative, and I'm like, wow, this is how they take over places and spaces. They require you to buy into the nonsense. I had some teachers and educators as I walked around and say, yes, but we have a lot of work to do. No, we can't. They have painted such a dire picture of Canada that many Canadians and educators truly believe that we're living in hell and we're living in mayhem and we're living in this oppressed, racist place. And we have a lot to do. Like, you're working so hard towards your own demise. Because you're working so hard in bringing in their mindsets and bringing in their agendas. You're working so hard in bringing in their toxic crap. So yeah, you're going to actually self-manifest that which you say you're fighting against. You're actually bringing it in. And then we really have to fight against it. And then it's like, again, such a battle that our children's children are going to be left with. And for those that don't have children, you're still going to be guilty of leaving this environment toxic. Don't you have grandchildren? Don't you have a niece, a nephew, godparents? Are you a godparent that has a godson, a goddaughter? Oh, let me guess, you don't have no children, you hate your family, and you don't care, it's just living for yourself. Well, there goes a problem if we have those. as the decision makers and those that don't care what's happening. Because when you go, you're done. So you're just living up your life. Have you come across any young man or young woman that's inspired you? Somebody has inspired you to be selfish. Somebody's inspired you to be that whoever that person is somebody's son or daughter. And could you imagine if when you cross paths with that person live life experience was not to promote selfishness? Everybody that thinks that they're all independent of thought, no, you've been influenced by somebody along the way. Somebody has influenced you, directly or indirectly. You saw a lifestyle, you saw an image, you saw something, said, you know what, that's it. Somebody has influenced you. So I always just shake my head at those that really believe that they haven't been influenced in the way that they're thinking and going and growing. So even if you're without children, there must have been a young man or a young woman that crossed your path, crossed your heart. You've been inspired by, or you've seen, you've heard their story, and you're like, you know what, I'm happy. Yeah, good for you. Fight for them. So I'm going to be keeping my page up. I'm going to keep my YouTube channel up for us to stay connected, because this is a long game. Your open enemies, fear, revenge, and anger and selfishness, they've been playing a long game. That's why they've been intentionally putting their people even in small places, because they know there's a long game. This world of instant gratification, instant win has gotten the best of us. But your open enemies never see a loss as a loss. They don't throw in the towel. They stick around. They don't be like, oh, you know what, let's forget. No, they stick around. That's why we have this world right now in 2020 the way it occurred. Evil, revenge, selfishness, fear doesn't retreat and just throw in the towel. They stick around. They analyze, where did they go wrong? They figure out, how did they lose? They just don't give up. They're like, how did we lose? And they look at how you won. And they start watching your game tapes. They start watching what you're doing, and they duplicate it with their agenda. So they've been playing your own game against you. No wonder why the Canadian identity has been weaponized against Canadian. Being Canadian nice. You've allowed so much things to come in. And then they point a finger, I thought you are. They play you against your own self. That's your weakness. They look at where they went wrong to get better, because they're coming back. And that's how we have to, it's imperative that we do. Looking at this as a long game, because it's a long game for the next generation. See, they play generational long games. It's not just about their instant right now. They play generational long games. It's about their children and their children's children. It's about their legacy of their toxicity staying. I'm going to say that again. They think about their legacy of their toxicity staying. Whereas we just think of the here and now and still waiting for something to come and save us. Whereas they know they're about the business of saving themselves. They're about saving their energy. They're about rescuing their toxicity. They're about saving who and what they represent for their future generation. We must begin thinking long game. Long game. So this is not a lose. This is beautiful. So stay connected to me. Get on my website. You're going to see a little icon at the bottom where you can send me a message. And we can stay connected, right? Feel free to send me a phone number if you want, but your email. And that way you can be a part of my communications. In my link, you'll see my link for my podcast. Feel free to take a listen and hear the conversations we talk about that's on the topic of mirror work, looking at yourself and taking full accountability. And that could also apply to full accountability as to where Canada is. How did we get here? How did we get here? That song comes in my mind. How did we get here? Not how did you get here? How did we get here? Full accountability. So stay connected to me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Don't throw in the towel. Don't give up. Don't give up. All right? We have to reposition our strategies and be much more wise about those that we listen to about strategies. As I said, they have been great. When I say who's the they, your open enemies. Who are your open enemies? Revenge, fear, anger, selfishness. They place their people in all of the spaces to listen and to look to see what your next step is, or to even become your influencer and give you strategies that they know is just spinning your wheels, gonna burn you out, gonna frustrate you out, and then they're gonna say, oh, you know what? It's too big, it's too big, it's too huge, we just can't. Be careful with those energies that like to talk about things being impossible and things being unattainable. Their agenda is to make your enemy win, because deep down they are a part of your enemy's plan. So build your discernment. And how do you do that? Detox, detox, detox. Health and wellness is not just plant-based whole food diet. It's not vegan or vegetarian. Health and wellness, it's a truly holistic exercise that it's imperative that we do in detoxing all parts of our human experience, getting rid of the things that are not in our best interests. That could also, and it does also entail getting rid of the people that are in our spaces that are not, truly not in our best interests. How do you differentiate those? How can you identify them? When you detox your space, you become much more sensitive to the energies that are truly authentic in the long game win. All right? That's all I'm going to say for now. If you stay connected to my Mirror Work Conversation podcast, you'll be exposed to some introspective, and perspective that can assist you in that process of identifying who and what is truly in your life, in your space, for your best interests. And the same thing applies with the food and even the quality of water that you put in your body. Which ones are in your best interest to assist your body, fuel your body, help your body with the detoxification and the nurturing and the fortification and the fortifying and the rejuvenation and the replenishing? What foods and which is the best quality of water, liquid, that assists your body? This thing, your temple. This is not made by man, by brick, by mortar, by things, by man. This thing called humanity, this skin. 100% organic and natural. And even that, your open enemy has been diligently at work recreating their version. So we are in an inverted world. We are in an upside down world, as my son will say with that Netflix series that we watched. We are in an inverted world. And detoxification assists you in identifying what is real and what is counter. What is the counterfeit? What's the counterfeit? The counter and the fake. Right? What's the counterfeit that's showing up in your life? Who are the counter and the fakes showing up? When you detox, you'll be able to identify the upside downers in your world. Same thing with what's real and what's fake in your food, in your water, right? So we are in an inverted world. We are in a world where good is bad and bad is good. Where working hard is being seen as stupid and lazy is being rewarded. Where a male is a female and a female is a male. Where right is wrong and wrong is right. Did I say that already? Or did I say good is bad and bad is good? So we're in a long game. And this fight is not just for your instant now life. How can this benefit me now? The fight is generational, because this world ain't going nowhere. I know part of the reason why evil has been able to spread its wings and spread its thongs and its prongs and its roots is because of so much manipulation in information being given out to the multitude and to the masses, that this world is going to come to an end. It's going to stay here because it's a training ground. It's a training ground to the next level of our existence, our being. This is a passing through moment in our time. And some of it is 5 years, 15, 50, 55, 95, 5 weeks. Neither one of us, when we enter, know our time. We're here as a passing. And this realm is an amazing training ground to see what you're really made of when pressed, when cornered, when backed up, when challenged, when putting in a place of comfort, when put in a place of discomfort. How do you truly respond? That response is what this journey is about. That response. Because that's the response that needs to be worked on, or that's the response that's going to be the determining factor of your next level, where you're going to go. And how are you going to get there? By what means and by what energy force are you going to be taking with you? So, when we start doing the mirror work and we ask ourselves, truly, when we leave here, what do we want to take as the graduating lesson, the graduating energy? What is it that we're wanting to leave here with? What are the marks that we want to leave here with? Do we want to leave with the mark of the complexities of this world that includes compromise, the loss of your integrity, to gain all of this, to still lose it at the end, because you can't take anything that you've accomplished with you. So the compromise to gain this, whatever this, is that your mark? People talk about the beast. And again, because of the era of the giving of information of what that really means, many has been fooled and disillusioned as to what that beast is to look out for. The beast of this world, and the mark of those that have it are those that compromise and make excuses and blame and say, I didn't have a choice. And at the root of their decision to compromise, to throw in the towel, why beat them? Might as well join them kind of mindset. The mark, the root of all those decisions is fear. Fear. Fear of what? That's for another episode. That's for another video. At the root of it is fear. And for many of you that knows the statement, we were not given a spirit of fear when we came here. We were not given a spirit of fear when we were created organically, not artificially created. These artificial male and females that man wants to recreate this skin to be called. Not the replication. I'm talking about the original man and the original woman, the original people. So, when you look in the mirror, that's the question to be asked. What is it that you are gaining to lose? What are you gaining here to lose? It's a long game, ladies and gentlemen. Hang on tight. This is Lady O. Stay in action with faith and possibility. Walk in and protect your light. Your purpose will find you. Say what you mean and live like you mean what you say. Have a wonderful rest of your day. I appreciate every one of you. It is 12:54 p.m. on October 25th. I'm squinting, right? I'm going to put on my glasses. October 25th, 2022. All right. Have a wonderful rest of your day. I must get up and get out and get my day going. It's going to be a good one. This life is an amazing life. I just felt like I needed to say that to someone. This life, this human experience is an amazing one. It's an amazing one. It's amazing. Take care, y'all. This is Lady O. Stay in action, faith, and possibility. Walk in and protect your light. Your purpose will find you. Say what you mean and live like you mean what you say. All right. Get connected to me. Send me an email so I can add you to my mailing list. All right. It's a long game, Scarborough Center. It's not the end. Okay. It's not the end. Talk to you later. Bye-bye. And all Scarborough, Scarborough Guildwood, Scarborough Center, Scarborough Asian Court, Scarborough North, Scarborough Southwest. It's a long game. All right. And but this video, and this video is specifically for my Scarborough Center voters and supporters that got to know me late in the game and wished you hadn't before. Many of you like, oh, I already voted. Oh my God, I wish I had known about you. So it's okay. Just stay connected with me, and that way you won't miss out on the things that we're about to do. Okay? Talk to you later. Bye-bye.